City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.
Tēnā koutou katoa tonight on City News. Locals hear the stories of sailing the Pacific from members of the Polynesian Voyaging Society. Diabetes Awareness Week launches today and hundreds turn out for the Touch age group trials at the weekend. Two members of the Polynesian Voyaging Society were in town yesterday to talk with locals about their Women's Worldwide Voyage. Kat Lobendan and Moani Heimuli are from Hawaii and spoke to locals about their voyage, which aims to raise awareness about sustainable futures for our planet.
Our worldwide voyage right now, the theme of it is Malama Honua, and Malama is to care for, and Honua is this island Earth that we live on. So, it's a new thing to kind of recycle and, do all those things. So our way is voyaging and spread that message, because not only is it, Hawaii trying to live through and make the Earth a better place, but we need everyone in the Earth. So we're just trying to spread that message and go beyond Hawaii. And it's amazing, while we're voyaging, we're taking people from these places and taking them back home. So right now there's 4 Maoris on board, and Kat and I were fortunate that when we arrived in Tonga, we were the Tongan representatives, and so it's a worldwide, and it's not just the Hawaiians trying to kind of save the Earth, but it's, we're taking everyone with us. Yeah, so we like to say that Hokula and Hikianalia are the needles that string the lei, and every port and stop we make is just a flower, and we're trying to string them all together and create one big Malama Honua voyage.
We have a PowerPoint presentation that we do with the schools, and we were just fortunate enough to be asked to share the message. There's a short film that comes off of the website, which is hokulea.com, and it's just spreading the message globally of how important it is, with the effects of climate change and globalization. Unfortunately our world is, kind of on a downward spiral, so our message and our hope is to just get everyone involved globally, because it involves everyone that breathes, not just us here in the region.
And an official welcome to Aotearoa for the Polynesian voyages will be held at Waitangi on Thursday. Diabetes Awareness Week began today with events planned throughout the country, raising awareness about the disease. Diabetes New Zealand Rotorua branch manager Karen Reid says type 2 diabetes is a preventable disease, so raising awareness about ways to prevent developing it is a major part of the week's activities.
This week in Rotorua we'll be out and about in the community. In particular on World Diabetes Day on Friday, we're holding a Blue Friday event. In the city focus. The reason it's blue is because the international symbol for diabetes is a blue circle, which is featured on these posters behind us. We'll be joining thousands across the world who are doing this on World Diabetes Day. The major causes of type 2 diabetes, which is accounts for about 90% of cases of diabetes, are essentially lifestyle related in most cases. There are genetic aspects, and it is more prevalent in some cultures and some populations. So Māori and Pacific Islanders, unfortunately you guys are up to 3.5 times at risk. And it's quite significant.
For more information on what's happening locally this week, visit diabetesnzrotorua.org. In sport tonight, Bay of Plenty Touch age group trials were held at the weekend, with hundreds of local youngsters turning out ready to join. Bay Touch Administrator Ira Tekani says Touch is only growing in popularity, with the biggest growth coming from girls joining the sport.
The girls we're slowly building numbers. The under-9s grade last year was the first year that we've had boys, girls and mixed. Prior to that, we've only had mixed teams, but the under-11s and under-13s started exactly the same way. 7 or 8 years ago, we only had mixed teams.
To your weather update now, Rotorua tonight, evening rain, chance heavy, so get that washing in early. Northwesterlies overnight, a low of 7. Tomorrow Wednesday, a few showers, fresh westerlies, a high of 14 and low of 5. Looking out to Thursday, showers, some heavy with hail clearing. Southwesterlies change, a high of 15 and low of 4. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, westerly 20 knots gusting to 30 knots, waves half a metre, fair visibility in occasional showers. Still to come tonight on City News, we find out about a joint community art project between Rotorua District Council and Chorus taking place around the city. Karen Reid from Diabetes New Zealand Rotorua has news about Awareness Week launched today, and we hit the streets to get local opinion on Guy Fawkes and whether or not to ban private use of fireworks.
It's a little bit noisy down here on the corner of Old Taupo and Mount Roy Road, but behind me here we've got some cabinet art that has been initiated by Chorus. Mark Spiker-Bosch here is going to let us know about how this came about and how you got involved in the process of this cabinet art.
Well, sure. As a community arts officer, I was approached by Chorus last year to paint our first 10 boxes. And they were so well received and from the community that we're doing it again this year.
Yeah.
We've got another 13.
So why does Chorus want their boxes painted?
Well, it turns out that it's more cost effective to have a mural painted on the cabinet than it is to remove unsightly tagging and graffiti. So I drove around with Joe from Chorus in Wellington and found all these Chorus cabinets that could use a makeover. As I say, it's cheaper for them to have a mural painted than it is to have the graffiti cleaned off periodically. You know, so yeah, it's a win-win situation. Yeah.
Now, what's your role in this?
Facilitation. I put out a call for artists to our local artist database and had 50 submissions, and so I sent down the colour submissions to Chorus, and they make a selection about which cabinets would be suitable. So I'm just facilitating, helping the artists out, taking care of the paperwork, and enjoying the result. Yep.
Now this one here was done by one of our local artists.
That's right.
Who is that?
That would be emerging artist Heidi Stuck.
Heidi?
Heidi.
All right, we might get her up here and have a quick chat. So we've got Heidi Stuck here with us, who is the artist who took care of the mural that's behind us. Heidi, what was the inspiration for you?
For this one, I recently moved to the area, and I wanted to draw on how Rotorua was for me as a child, because I used to come up here for family holidays, and it was tickies and mud pools, so I thought it was pretty symbolic. And I just wanted something bright and colourful with a bit of energy.
And how did you find out about this artwork that was taking place here in Rotorua?
Through Mark and through the website. So
And just gotten on board and rolled with it. Have you got any more coming up that you're looking at doing?
I'm applying for mural work and stuff like that continuously. I did apply for 2 cabinets, but there's so much talent out there. I was lucky to land this one.
Stiff competition.
There is a little bit.
So you're quite pleased with how it's turned out?
I am, and I think it's a good start, a good introduction into my work here in the city, and hopefully there'll be more of it.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. Now talk us through this. What's happening here? No diving?
Yeah, no diving. I was just trying to add a little bit of quirky humour. Clearly he's doing a bit of diving, so I was just trying to show the relaxed nature of the environment and our people here too, just the local community having fun, being a bit chilled about it.
Cool. All right. And so you got one, and I must say it's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
So you've got to be quite happy about it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. All right, well, we'll get back to Mike. And hey, good luck.
Thanks.
So this isn't the only one. There are more around. What themes have you seen pop up?
Well, we've got all sorts, really. Hinamoa and Tutanakai, the story, that's come to life on a couple of occasions there. What else have we got? Oh, we've got some quite comical... Oh, actually, one of the leading lights would be Chris Newman's portraitures. He's done Don Stafford, Jean Batten, and more recently Joe's Diner.
Yeah, that's quite a famous one, especially for those in our generation.
Oh, absolutely, Joe's Diner. It's so great to see that immortalised on a cabinet, and again, the Rotorua community just respond beautifully to that kind of thing.
Do you feel a tour coming on?
Now there you go. I know they've got the calendar out.
Yeah.
Maybe the T-shirt, the
Absolutely,
tour. I
the
think
tour,
so.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mark, for talking with us. It's always been a pleasure, and we'll see you in the future, no doubt.
You will.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Were you all aware that there is a branch of the Diabetes New Zealand Association here in Rotorua? Karen Reid here is the president for our local area, and she's going to let us know quite a bit about both diabetes and the Awareness Week that's coming up. Hello, Karen.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, Karen, so let's talk a little bit about the Awareness Week that is coming up. What will you be doing?
This week in Rotorua, we'll be out and about in the community. In particular, on World Diabetes Day on Friday, we're holding a Blue Friday event in the city focus. The reason it's blue is because the international symbol for diabetes is a blue circle, which is featured on these posters behind us. So we're encouraging people to wear blue. We'll be joining in with some other groups that are joining us in City Focus, such as Sport Bay of Plenty, Korowai Araha, and Todd McClay is going to come along for a little while. We are going to present him with a blue pin as a local celebrity, as it were. We'll be joining thousands across the world who are doing this on World Diabetes Day. So
what's the main message that you want to get out to our Rotorua community?
The main message that we as Diabetes New Zealand want to get out there is that diabetes can affect anybody, and that we are here for everybody and anybody. Families, whānau, people who might be at risk of diabetes, pre-diabetes, we're here for everybody. Yeah.
So are they referred through by their doctors?
Some patients are lucky enough when they're diagnosed to be told about the fact that there's a branch of Diabetes New Zealand in Rotorua. Others are not so lucky. So that's one of the main reasons that Awareness Week is so important, so that we can get out there in the community, let people know, and let the health professionals also, just remind them that we are here and we provide information and support to everybody in the Rotorua area.
So what kind of support are you offering?
We have peer support, which is our main support in terms of support networks. We establish friendships and sharing of information, experiences. The other kind of support is sort of emotional, psychological support that kind of backs that up.
Yeah.
So every Thursday morning we offer free morning tea at QE Health, and that's free and available to anyone to come along, and we sit around a table and we chat. We don't always talk about diabetes, but we do, and if anyone has any particular issues or problems, then we'll do our best to help sort them, maybe direct people in the right direction to other support services that are out there that we know of that the people don't.
Yeah, so helping them to network as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's talk about diabetes then, because we hear it ever present nowadays, especially within the last 15 years, diabetes has become a thing. So what are the major causes?
The major causes of type 2 diabetes, which is accounts for about 90% of cases of diabetes, are essentially lifestyle related in most cases. There are genetic aspects, and it is more prevalent in some cultures and some populations. So Māori and Pacific Islanders, unfortunately, you guys are up to 3.5 times at risk, and it's quite significant.
Yeah. Let's talk about why that is. Why is that? Why are Māoris and Pacific Islanders more at risk?
I can't answer that question from a clinical or a scientific perspective, but what I can tell you is that, you know, a lot of theories go back to changes in lifestyle and diet and the whole perceived westernised culture of our fast food and our lazy utilisation of cars as opposed to bicycles. And we don't toil away in the fields anymore. We go to the supermarket and we don't carry our food, we push it in a trolley, and we don't run upstairs, we tend to take the lift, and on it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it all adds up.
Convenience as being one of the main causes of a lot of ailments, isn't it? Even
Absolutely,
diabetes,
yeah. And then you've also got a genetic component which is there, and that does account for some of the ethnic variability. And it's not so much that you inherit diabetes, but you inherit a tendency towards developing it.
Okay. Yeah,
you inherit a higher risk.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So for anyone out there in our community that would like to get to know a little bit more about what the association does, or even how to help out for the awareness, how do they get in contact?
Well, they can give us a ring at our offices in QE Health or drop in. We're open between 9:30 and 2 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The phones are checked daily, so you can call us on 349 5256. Or just pop along on a Thursday morning to our morning tea. You'll be very welcome, and you'll get free morning tea, and we'll see what we can do to help you out or point you in the right direction.
Oh, that's great. Okay, thank you so much for that, Karen. So there you have it, President of the Rotorua branch of the Diabetes Association New Zealand, inviting you down for a cup of tea if you'd like to have a bit more background and knowledge about what they do and their services. But don't forget that they have their annual awareness week throughout the world is on the 14th. Correct, but our local one is between the 11th to the 18th?
That's correct, 11th to the 18th of November this year. Awareness is really important, so that's why we're pushing it out there.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
So in your opinion, what would be better, the sale of fireworks on a personal level, or the selling of it to a business so that we can have more community type fireworks?
Maybe selling it to a business so we can have more community type fireworks.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Because it'll just be more safer, there'll be no illegal fireworks or anything.
Do you know anything about the impact that fireworks has on the animals in our community?
No.
Okay, all right. So just to let you know, they get quite scared around this time of year, and the Rotorua SPCA have quite a hard time with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not really good, is it?
Yeah.
The public going,
Yeah? Why do you think that is?
so they can get together.
Yeah, that's it. Do you think that that'll curb a lot of possibly house fires, animal safety, or even litter?
The animal safety, yeah, but not litter.
Yeah. Do you know much about what animals are like around that time of year?
Yeah. Oh, it depends on the animals. Like the dogs go crazy and the cats run around.
I would prefer it if it was only public demonstrations.
Okay. Why is that?
Teenage bonfires, accidents have happened, and it's not nice to see.
That's right. So what would the positives be if we went to a public demonstration?
It's safer and everybody can mix and mingle, and the ones that I saw when my children were younger, it was at the schools and that, and they made money out of it, so yeah, it's all positive.
All right.
Good.
Okay. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer people to buy them for their own personal use, or for them to be commercially purchased so that we can do more community events?
I reckon them people buy them, yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were able to use them for your birthday?
Yes.
A little bit of both is nice, but it's nice to be able to do it yourself as well.
Okay. All right. And so what's the pluses on both sides?
The plus is just nice to do with the kids and to actually sort of, have your own little adventure in the background. But the larger displays are also very impressive. But like last night, it was, pretty wet and miserable.
So, what's some of the downfalls of both?
Obviously the fire risk and the accidents that happen with personal use, but I think by and large most people are pretty responsible these days.
That suits me, the company that puts on the display.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with fireworks. So,
you don't?
No.
Okay, why is that?
Well, I'd sooner burn up a $10 note really than do that, whereas I can watch it all professionally done, far better.
And so what's the benefits, do you believe, of going to somewhere that puts on a professional display?
Oh, the whole family go, as a family.
I think they're both good if you do them safely.
Okay. And so what are some of the positives of doing them both good?
It's normally bigger on the commercial ones, but it's more personal.
Yes. Fun stuff. And for you?
I reckon they're both pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon they're both the same. Depends on how you use them.
Okay.
Like if you're at home and you're using them safely, then it's fine.
Yeah. So safety's a huge factor here, isn't it? So then let's talk about what are some of the negatives?
Dangerous. Yeah, and can hurt people.
Yeah. Right. And do you find that that'll be the same if you went to a public display?
Yeah, definitely.
Rest are all the same.
Okay. And do you believe that they should be banned?
Nah.
No way.
No. Ridiculous?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there you go.
Games.
It's all fun and games.
Yes, personal sale, not the organizations.
Not really. They should ban the skyrockets. There was none going up. It was all those pretty ones, and it's the skyrockets.
Yeah, it's the skyrockets that you believe?
They should ban.
Okay.
Yeah, because half of the skyrockets used to land on my lawn,
Yeah,
But
okay.
it was very nice last night.
It was, yeah.
I know it's money going up in smoke.
No.
Why?
Because it's exciting for the kids. I mean, most of the kids like it.
Okay.
I think they should be banned altogether. I'm not in favour of them at all because they're dangerous and every year people get hurt.
Yeah.
So, why not just stop it and put on a public display rather than, selling them? Because there's too many irresponsible people in this country and you give them fireworks, it's just like giving them a gun.
Oh, that's a very interesting point. Are there any positives?
Well, I don't. For the kids, yeah, maybe, if it's done in a controlled environment, but I don't really see any because, the thing is what I see is the fireworks are going off after the supposed date, before the supposed date. I've seen people pointing them at other people, all this sort of stuff, which is not right. It's just going to cause harm.
Yeah.
And, people... Yeah, I just don't believe in them.
I don't want fireworks. Fireworks should be banned. It's not relevant to New Zealand. I asked a friend who I worked with yesterday, why do we have fireworks? And she said, oh, it's an American thing. It's not. It's history way back to the English.
Local opinion there on whether or not to ban the private use of fireworks gathered last week in the City Focus. What's your opinion? Let us know by calling the office 0734 88984 or emailing news@tv-rotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching tonight from all the team here at City News. For Marie.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.